A nearly decade-long project in Grand Portage has officially broken ground. The Grand Portage Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa held a groundbreaking ceremony on the morning of November 15th for the long-awaited Hat Point Marina and Ferry Terminal project. Members of the community and eager construction crews joined members of the Grand Portage Band and Tribal Council in the small gathering held at Hat Point. There was much excitement, laughter, and a shared sense of accomplishment as the ceremony began.
Welcome everybody today to this ferry boat terminal project. This is a pretty historic project for Grand Portage.
The Hat Point Marina and Ferry Terminal project includes rebuilding the ferry terminal dock and surrounding area that the Grand Portage Isle Royal Transportation Line uses to transport passengers and mail to Isle Royal National Park from May to October each year. The full scope of the project includes constructing public docks, a building that will house restrooms, a concession and ticketing area, 2 ferry terminal offices, and storage. The project has been a labor of love for the Grand Portage Band for many years. Following the groundbreaking ceremony, the Tribal Council and other individuals shared the significance of the groundbreaking ceremony. They also touched on what it entailed to put this all together and the anticipated timeline for the Hat Point Ferry Terminal project.
I'm Robert Disha. I'm the Grand Portage Tribal Chairman. This is something that's been in the works for many years. If anybody's been down to the ferry site here and see what it looks like now and what it's going to look like in next year, it's something that Grand Portage is going to be proud of. It's going to be an economic driver for the band, and I think it's really good.
Yeah.
The project has a pretty tough timeline, so this project has to be done in September of 2024, so we'll be pretty persistent and keep it moving forward. There's 2 parts of funding here. There's federal highways ferry boat funding, and then there's federal EDA money, and there's a timeline on the EDA funding, so we have to make sure that we meet their timeline.
Yeah, so we'll be staying busy this whole
yeah, there'll be
next few months.
Grand Portage is going to be busy, so we're pretty excited.
Good.
My name is Tony Swader, and I'm retired.
It's a good title to have.
As you can see, our docks are pretty well gone, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a boom for Grand Portage to have a beautiful news spot for people to come and educate people at Grand Portage. It's a great place. It's a beautiful place. There's a lot of history here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Okay. Thank you.
Agatha Armstrong, who serves on the Grand Portage Tribal Council, and Tim Cochran, a retired National Park Service superintendent, share their thoughts about the day's significance after the ceremony.
And just the impact of having more people come to Grand Portage when they see this beautiful facility once it's announced, but just bringing people to Grand Portage and showing them the beauty of what we have here.
Yeah.
The other thing, Kalli and Agatha's been involved in this too, and it goes back to Norman Deschamps, but there's been a 20-year effort of really trying to reconnect to Isle Royal, because this primarily serves people going to the island, and so the band is spending time, effort, sweat, money, all the above to reconnect, if you will, and to make it a
more accessible to the people that live in Grand Portage too.
Yeah.
Agatha, anything else you'd like to add?
Just what a great day this is. Looking forward to
Sunshine?
not just the sunshine.
Celebration.
We don't have our gold shovel, but this has been in the works. I moved back to Grand Portage in 2015, so since I've been here, I've heard discussions about this. So, 8 years, almost 9 years later, it's finally happening.
And to finally be standing here on the day that they're doing some work.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure it means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
History here.
They're still here watching. Following the ceremony, the construction crews began preparing for the busy year ahead. Scott Crayola with Hewlin Brothers, the construction company hired for the Hat Point Ferry Terminal project, is optimistic about the September 2024 deadline.
Scott Crayola with Hewlin Brothers.
And Scott, can you walk us through just the process, the timeline of construction at what will be happening here at Hat Point Marina and the ferry terminal?
So we're starting here this week. We'll be doing erosion control, putting in silt fence and those things here. And then we're going to start with clearing the trees and grubbing the site. And then later this week, we'll be taking some of the buildings down off-site here. And then it kind of rolls into next week. We'll be excavating for the brand new building. So we'll continue with the concrete work for the building. And then as long as Mother Nature allows, we'll keep on going as long as we can this year on the project.
As long as there's not a couple feet of snow that
Exactly.
just dump on you.
Exactly.
Good. Are you going to be doing any work then once the snow does start falling and there is more snow on the ground? Will you still have a presence here and still be working on stuff, or will you return in the spring?
We'll come back in the spring, early in the spring, and continue with some of the marine work out in the water. So we'll remove the 2 docks out there, build a brand new dock, then come back and build the other dock. And also got a launch ramp to build out Lake Superior for the boats, and then keep on going in the building. And then next year, all these parking lots here will all be excavated, bring in Class 5 and sand and brand new blacktop for everything, and kind of finish things up here probably about September or so next year.
Yeah. What do you think about that timeline of just the scope of the project having to be completed by September of 2024?
It's all doable. We got good crews and a lot of good resources, so we'll make sure we have it done in time.
Yeah, wonderful.
We're committed to the project.
What are you looking forward to about spending time in Grand Marais or Grand Portage or North Shore?
It's beautiful up here. It's really neat up here to be a part of this country here. So.
Yeah. For WTIP Community Radio, this is Kalli Hawkins.